participate in, for example, in one of the event, in a sourcing event, yeah. So, and also I have decided to award it to you, Charges.
Okay.
I also have decided to award it to you. So once I award it, I end up creating, let's say I end up creating a contract or a purchase order, okay, whatever it is. So this document I also, if it is a compliance contract, I don't know about compliance contract, okay. Hello?
Yeah, yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, sorry, my laptop battery, yes. Okay. Okay. So now I want to create a purchase order. Now when I create a purchase order doesn't have any release strategies, no, or no approvals, right? So when I save it and when I order it fully, it pushes out to the ERP system. But in the ERP system, the PO cannot get replicated because the supplier doesn't exist. It will fail.
Okay. So what happens? As you are saying that I don't have any supplier in ECC system,
Mm.
but when I'm saying when our system, sourcing system or procurement system or contract system is integrated to Ariba, I mean ECC, backend ECC, and we are doing
Mm.
business. So if we want to do any transaction with a supplier who is,
Mm.
as you said, your question, I mean, your question regarding that, onboarding of the supplier. I
Mm.
have supplier on network, but how to replicate that supplier onto ECC, right?
Yes,
Right?
correct. Let's say if I have
So
SIPM in place, then I think
no,
I
no,
can push the
SAPM is not
no.
required. See, onboarding supplier to our system, any solution can
Mm.
onboard. It's not related to have SIPM to onboard supplier into your application. See,
Okay.
I showed you, right, inviting supplier using sourcing event, where while we create sourcing event we can invite suppliers, right?
Mm-mm.
So when we create those suppliers in our solution,
Mm.
so it will be automatically saved in our solution. And as I said, the scheduled task will help us to synchronize our master, material master and vendor master in both way. If any update in our solution, Ariba vendor master or Ariba material master, it will replicate to ECC. At the same time, if any changes or any updates in ECC will replicate to Ariba solution if we want. If you want
So
both
that
and
is
both way, yeah.
this is using the web services. That's the real time communication. Is it?
Yes, yes.
Oh,
Integration.
that means when I invite an Ariba network supplier to participate in RFP, at that point
Hmm.
in time, it will not synchronize the suppliers.
Yes.
Instead, when I award it to the when I create a contract or purchase order, at that time only it will create it in the ECC.
No, no, no. You are getting confused regarding
Yeah.
this. I'll take little more explanation so that.
Sure, sure.
See, suppliers, we can create suppliers using SIM, clear,
Yes, correct. Correct.
right? So
Yes.
let me come to in your way, like, so
Mm, mm,
suppliers SIF. SIM is nothing but supplier. So suppliers, we can create, manage those suppliers by scoring and grading using SIM. You're clear in this part, right?
Please, hang on, give me a moment. Sorry, Rakesh, give me a moment. But
Yeah, go ahead.
hang on. Hey, no, I cannot. I have another call with the customer here. Who is this man? Who is this calling me? Okay, sure. No, but how long is this meeting? How can I just exit out of this meeting? Okay, let me see. Let me see. Okay, I just join in and I go on mute. Okay. Sure. Okay, great. Thank you, man. Thank you. Bye. Rakesh, hang on. Give me a moment. I have to join another call, but you be please there. I join another call and I go on mute there. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So, the thing is, I told you, no, this is here is. Oh my God. It is so complicated here, you know.
So you are
Here,
in notice period.
sorry?
You are in notice period.
Yeah. Yes, I am actually.
So are you relocating somewhere or there in Singapore only you are purchasing?
No, actually, I mean, just to tell you, know, I mean, I wanted to explore some other options. I will look for another job, but not right now because I wanted to uh, give some initiative to do some consulting setup and things like that, you know, on my own.
Oh, sounds
So
good. Sounds good.
yeah, yeah. I mean, there is in the past I have tried once and it was successful, but because we were only technical guys, all were very technical. So what happens is like um, since all were technical, there was nobody stretching their head out or looking outside the market. So we did not get another project or not because we were just so focused on doing the project only. So we did not have
Okay.
time looking for another project because everybody was technical.
Okay.
So these things come by experience. Nobody tells us.
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
just wanted to give some initiative. Yeah. Okay. Give me a moment. I'm just
Right.
telling these guys that I'm joining another side.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Oh. Oh my God, it's too many things. So, you know, at the same time as what I'm talking to you and these guys are pulling me in, there is another one customer meeting.
Okay. So customer meeting in the sense already existing customer or no prospect customers, something like that.
Rakesh, give me a minute. I'll put you on mute and I'll come back in a minute. Yeah.
Sure.
Can you hear me, Bala? Rakesh, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Rakesh, can you hear me?
Kasi, yeah, Kasi, I can hear.
Ah, yeah. Yeah, we can continue, Rakesh.
Okay. So yeah, I was telling you about onboarding of the supplier. So supplier, when we create any event, we have to maintain the supplier information in our system, right? As
Yes.
I said, inviting supplier whose information is with us, but whose existence is not in our system or in backend ECC or network. So the supplier who are all on network, when we invite them, when they respond, we will maintain the complete information in our system at the time of transaction or bidding, or the supplier who we want to send the invitation will note the information. So that noting of information is nothing but loading into system. This is how in Ariba we do, right?
Yeah.
So are you with me up to this? How we onboard supplier apart from SIM? In SIM, we'll create suppliers. So apart from supplier, from sourcing, we can create in this way by inviting the supplier. So once the supplier information is with us, with the help of integration, with the help of web services, it can be integrated,
Okay.
it can be replicated or synchronized to the ECC system. So this simple it is. So it's not mandatory to have SIM or SIPM to maintain the suppliers of Ariba solution in the ECC system. So it's not mandatory to have. Are we clear on this?
Rakesh, do you want to say that again? Sorry, Rakesh. Actually, there was some mess up. I started hearing somebody else talking to me.
Yeah. So you want me to repeat it?
Yeah, I'm very sorry, Rakesh. I'm very, very sorry about that.
Yeah, that's okay.
I apologize. Yeah.
That's okay. So
yeah, what I understood was, what I understood is that we don't have to do anything in particular to migrate or sync the vendor master between the solution and the ECC system. The reason is the web service call will synchronize it. That's what I understood. Yeah. But the point that I raised back was, at which point in time will it synchronize? Will it synchronize after I invite them for RFP, or will it synchronize only before a contract or purchase order is created?
See, the synchronization is up to you. How frequently you want to synchronize. It's not, see, if you want not to synchronize at the time of event, it won't. If you want to synchronize, so as I said, you know about scheduled task, right? Scheduling task.
But how would you
have you heard about
synchronization?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know, right? How scheduled task? What is scheduling task?
No, scheduled task is something like a ECC background job. I sort of I understand that, but the scheduled job, for example, if I schedule a job, let's say if I schedule it to run every day, that means the scheduled job doesn't understand whether the vendor information from RFP needs to be synchronized or from purchase order needs to be synchronized. You see, so the scheduled job will run every day. It doesn't. Oh, not like that.
Yeah. So no. It's not like RFP or contract. It will update whatever you specify. Like if you specify that I want to update the master, vendor master. It will update vendor master. If you want to specify, want to update material master, it will update material master. It's not like specific to RFP or So once the vendor master is updated, so you can go ahead and create RFP or you can go ahead and create PO or contract with that supplier in ECC if you want.
Mm.
So
Oh, so
the
it is
supplier should be
independent of.
right. Not that that the supplier should be associated with RFP or PO to create in ECC. That supplier, if the supplier is in
Mm.
ECC, I am creating PO from our system, I am creating RFP from my system and sending it to ECC.
Mm.
So it will select the supplier, because as the supplier information is with me also in my system, it will just go ahead and create PO in Ariba solution with the same supplier, right?
Okay. Yeah, got it, got it. So, okay, so this becomes very clear. I think I'm clear now. So it's very
Yeah.
simple. I schedule a background job to sync my vendors and material master, and it
Yeah.
doesn't matter whether I have RFP or auction or a purchase order or a contract. The moment when the job runs, it will synchronize it. It's as simple as it.
Yeah, data. I mean, master data.
Yeah.
See,
But if
transactional
at all
data
I need,
anyway. Yeah, transactional data
transaction data
anyway.
is live.
Yeah.
But the transactional data is what?
Real-time synchronization will be there. I mean, for transactional data, we have real-time synchronization. As
Mm-hmm.
soon as we create RFQ in ECC, it will immediately
Mm.
reflect our Ariba solution. As soon as we create award or export the award to the to any supplier, or if we create PO from Ariba solution to any supplier in ECC, it will
Mm.
immediately repeat it over there. So it's real-time synchronization. There is no even time delay.
Mm.
Even for master data also, it's a real-time synchronization, but we generally use it through scheduling task, because I mean
Mm.
we cannot do every time by remembering and updating or synchronizing. We cannot do every time. So in that case, we schedule a
Mm.
task, schedule a job, so that for so and so
Mm.
time it should automatically update the master and vendor master and material master. This
Okay.
is how.
Okay, got it.
So
Sure,
SIPM
sure, I
is
got it.
not meant to have supplier on board.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, SIPM is a good
Got it, sir.
module which managing our suppliers, scoring and grading our suppliers, but SIPM is
Mm.
not mandatory
Mm.
to have.
Okay,
So yeah,
got it,
not
got it.
only SIPM, each and every solution is a individual suite, or individually can perform bits and pieces of the business of any organization. Be it sourcing,
Mm.
be it procurement, be it contract management. So anything can be individually bought and individually integrated to any backend system.
Okay, got it, got it.
If you are clear, let me know. If you're not,
Yeah,
I'm
this is
ready
clear.
to yeah. I'm
Yeah, it's
waiting
clear, it's
for
clear.
Karthik. Karthik not yet joined. Seems. So any other queries regarding to your project or something, until he joined?
Uh, okay. No, actually, um, no, this particular project, actually, I would say this particular project is a is a very complicated project, not in terms of Ariba, but in terms of the expectations from customer, meaning that the Ariba has a particular capability, which is okay, but the expectation from the customer is much more than what Ariba can deliver. For example, in earlier days, we used to have a travel and expense management in Ariba, right?
Yeah.
But now SAP has
No,
removed it.
it's
But
less.
this
Yeah,
customer
feel
also
less.
wants it.
Yeah, even our company is looking for field glass. This Hybris and C4C is also combined now.
Mm.
You heard about that Hybris and C4C application? Hybris C4C.
What is the say again? Please say again.
Hybris C4C, Hybris and C4C.
No. Hybrids. I heard of the name somewhere in some of the portfolios,
Yeah.
SAP portfolios, but I don't know the solution capability of it actually. I don't know any other details of it also. Yeah, I think, what is his name? I think he has come in, I believe. There was a beep sound.
So we
I think
have a
Karthik has
practice
come
of
in, is it?
Hybris C4C.
Okay.
So it's more of a e-commerce site itself. So it's also somewhere related to Ariba, but
Mm-hmm.
altogether it's a different platform.
Oh, okay. Yeah, actually, when you
Yeah.
talk
So
about hybrids, do you notice that SAP is encouraging customers to go to field glass for service procurement? So that is
yes,
the
yes.
next item that is going to happen. So though the service procurement was an innovation in Ariba, I somehow believe they might soon encourage all their new customers to go to field glass and not go with service procurement. The same way as how they did for SRM. So SRM is
Okay.
also on cloud now, but they still don't sell it. They sell only Ariba. The same way, service
They still
procurement
they are
capability. Yeah.
giving SRM license. I mean, did they stop giving SRM license?
No. They still do. What they are doing is, since they have completely stopped on-premise Ariba, they don't sell on-premise Ariba at all by strategy, by direction from company. Instead, for on-premise, they go with SRM. So when the customer says they definitely need an on-premise procurement, on-premise P2P solution, then the first choice from SAP is SRM. Okay. But I mean, ideally speaking, all the capabilities, whatever we are covering here, is already covered in SRM. So there are some items, some items which were earlier not there. Those we have customized and developed, but over the period, those have come into picture. For example, this baseline spend, in the RFP event you were showing about baseline spend, right? This baseline spend was earlier not there in SRM product. I mean, in 2011, it is not
Yeah,
there.
so many
So we
features.
always,
Yeah, they come up with so many features that were not there in SRM. That is the reason it's
yeah,
very, yeah.
yeah.
This is about field glass. I think this might help you. So are your customer is looking for field glass? Is it?
Okay. This customer is open for field glass as well. But what's happening is, in this type of region, there is it's same like how people are employed in certain offshore delivery centers. When people have to be employed in offshore delivery centers, the requirements are pre-fixed for most of the positions. Meaning that I'm sorry, this wrong thing. The number of positions are prefixed. So at the beginning of the year, a company X will tell their HR, hey, I need 200 people of the qualification lead in SAP area to cover 5 different modules, something like that. They will upfront tell them. Because they belong to offshore delivery center, those companies the HR, what they do is they can go and hire anytime. But they will be given a capability. The same way here, there is a cost capacity, there is a budget allocation for each and every project. They they definitely would like to have all the features available from the requirements and the rights of list. But in the event that the cost is going up, the customers don't mind compromising it. They want to bring it down to the cost what they have in their mind actually. So I mean, in this region, there is no way they go over their baseline spend. They will never ever go over their baseline spend.
Okay.
So the field glass can be proposed if the total cost what we propose is less than their baseline spend. For example, the baseline spend is $200, and if we are proposing solutions which is more than $250, so you are complying to all the requirements, they are simply turn it down. Instead, if you say I have $190 only, but then there are 5 items which is not available, then the customer will accept.
Yeah.
Rakesh, actually, I have dropped off from the online session because I told you there are 2 different calls I'm there at the same time. So I'm hearing both of you guys, so I dropped off from there. So I dialed in to hear your voice. On the other side, I have on another ear, I have another call. I take and repeating as and when required.
I think Karthik also joined meeting. Karthik.
Okay. Sure. If you join, then we can proceed. I'm fine with that.
Okay. Karthik, good morning.
Hi. Yeah, good morning, Rakesh. Good morning, KP. Good morning, all. Yeah.
Good morning.
Shall we start or what?
Yeah, you can start. You can start, Rakesh.
Yeah, Kasi.
Yeah.
Kasi. Can you hear me?
Rakesh?
Kasi, can you hear me?
Yeah. Rakesh, I can hear you.
Yeah. So we created template, right? I just wanted to start from there as we were discussing about this template, how we can assign conditions used to the template, and you asked me how to set approval flow into the template. So I'll start from there.
Yeah, right. How do you attach the workflows to the template?
So for suppose this is my event. So I want any approval, if any approval for flow for this event. So just click here and go for approval for publish or approval for award. So in upstream, in for sourcing especially, we have only 2 approval flows. That is approval for publish, approval for award. These are the 2 main approvals there in sourcing. So I am selecting approval for award. So we have to give the title. So it's clearly giving approval for this document. The document name is road transport project. This is the event. It's there in full project. So I'm creating approval for this. So if you want it to be auto approved, but it will go to the person and it will be auto approved. No need to approve. So I don't want it to be auto approved. I'm adding approval for this. Suppose I'm adding so and so person. If I want multiple approvers, we can add. Okay, I have 3 approvers in queue. For suppose I have these 3 approvers for this this event to be published or awarded. So I can arrange them in parallel, I can arrange them in serial, I can arrange them in custom. So I'll explain you what is parallel approval, what is serial approval, and what is custom approval. So parallel approval is something where both the approval will be in parallel to each other. So the notification, you can see here, right? Approval. Yeah, the approval notification will be sent to 3 of these users at the same time, and they can approve at any time, any point of time before the due date. So he can approve simultaneously, he can approve simultaneously, he can approve. I mean, they did not to wait for any others. I mean, other two members to approve. So they can approve at any point of time. This is normal parallel approval.
But in real time, we will only use the because we will not develop these approval workflows ad hoc. No, in real time we will use the existing workflows, right? So assume there is an existing workflow. How would you attach it to a particular document?
So for that we have to create approval flow in the system first of all.
Okay.
I'll show that once we are done with this. I'll show that.
No problem. Okay, sure.
Yeah. So we have to create approval queues and approval flow priorly, and we can attach that to the this event. We can do that. So I have created. So you're clear with this parallel, right? How the parallel?
Yes, I'm fine with this. Yeah.
So now serial approval will go like this. First, Pradeep Chaudhary has to approve. Once Pradeep Chaudhary is approving the document, then only it will go to Shravan. Then it will go to Iqbal. So this is serial. Until and unless he is not approving, Pradeep is not approving, Shravan won't get this approval document for approval. So this is how serial goes on.
Rakesh, can you explain that conditions? Condition, there's something called conditions in the serial, if you select the serial button, there is something called conditions under it.
Yeah. Excuse me. So so conditions are nothing but, as I already said, you can add conditions to any question or any event. At the same time, you can add condition to the approval. So for suppose my RFP or my PO, okay, we are talking about sourcing. So my auction amount is 10 lakhs. Okay. Karthik. Hello.
Okay, Rakesh, you can carry on because I'm just unmuting it itself. It is creating disturbance, so I'm just unmuting.
Yeah. Interrupt me wherever you have any doubts. Okay. So I am creating auction of 10 lakh rupees. So up to 10 lakhs, only Iqbal should come into picture, because 10 lakh is not a huge amount. So Iqbal is a junior manager or whatever, so he can handle. Now, if the amount is more than 10 lakhs and up to 50 lakhs, both Iqbal and Shravan come into picture. If the amount is up to from 10 to 50 lakhs, Iqbal and Shravan both should come into picture. If the amount is more than 50 lakhs, any auction amount is more than 50 lakhs, these three should come into picture. This is my finance controller, this is my this is my MD or whatever. So if you want all this, so we can set conditions like that. Okay. Here I don't have exact field to match, but this is how we need to have that condition. Are you with me? I mean, you got the point?
Yes, Rakesh, thank you.
Yeah, so this is how we can set condition. This is how we can set condition and know when this approval flow should come into picture. When should this be activated? We can give that condition. Once this condition is satisfied, this approval flow come into picture. That is how we can do.
Rakesh, do you mind showing that? I saw that. Do you mind setting some value limits for the approvals and showers?
That's what I was saying. We don't have exact fields because field matching is not applying here. That's what I tried to do.
Okay.
So it's taking adding sub condition.
Oh, if the field values are there, then you can say for this but it only says the condition. Now, how does it link back to the workflow? I believe this condition is only to start or stop the workflow, right?
To activate the work.
How does this condition to activate the workflow? How do you control? I mean, how do you control? So 50,000 is only Iqbal in this workflow, and above 50,000, less than 200,000 is Shravan. Assume that there is
we should have. That's what I'm. Here in last case where we are creating conditions, I showed you, right, field matching. So in that, if you add field matching is equal to so and so, Iqbal should come into picture. That's what I'm wondering why it's not showing. If you give me time, I'll show you in in any of the client system if possible. I'll show you any of the client system. You just keep it with you. So that is how we can do. That is for sure. And regarding how exactly we have to do, I'll show you. Is that clear? I wanted to show you in this only, but it's not showing. I don't know why. So that's how we can do. We can control. So as I said, field matching is there. Excuse me. Who will come first? Yeah. Sorry. So yeah, if field matching is there, we can match the field like baseline spend should be this much when baseline spend is up to 10 lakh. So in that case, this Iqbal Singh Channa should come into picture. So in that case, we can activate this approval flow or workflow, strategy flow, whatever. Is that clear? I think if I demonstrate with system, then only you'll get to know like clear and crisp way. I hope so. Is that so, right?
Yeah, Rakesh, one more doubt. Actually, for every while creating for every time, we need to create approval flow, or if we set somewhere like so for so and so day.
That's why Kasi also asked. That's what Kasi also asked. So if you want to create project wise or project specific, we can create inside project template. If you want, create it directly in the system and use it to the event directly. So you can also use through from out of the system, from system, not the project. So out of the project you can use. Yeah, I'll show you. Okay. So are we clear inside a project how we create approval flow or workflow and assign it to the event? Are we clear?
Yeah, please.
Okay.
Yeah. So I have created, one approval for this document. Whenever it needs for a, award, it needs to go to this workflow. So here we can manage our approval flows, approval processes. We can create one approval and save it. Once this is saved, we can use it to any project we want to create. So all these are already existing approval flows. So some are in draft, some are already in active mode. You can see those approval flows, right? Approval process request, approval process, no. So this is already existing approval flows. If you want to create, you can create new. If you want to copy one approval flow and extend those approval flows by changing some some basic details, you can do so. If you want to create new approval flow, so as I am creating for sourcing project, I'll take it as sourcing request approval flow. So again, the same page is populating, right? You can see here. So here we can add the same, whoever we require to add for the approval flow, we can add, we can save it. At the time of creating event, we can add directly from there. Is that clear?
Yeah, please proceed. I'm on mute, Rakesh. Yeah, please proceed.
Yeah. So I mean, you can interrupt me wherever I'm going ahead, or if you want if you have any doubt, just let me know. So this is how we
Sure.
create. Yeah, this is how we create approval flow out of the project. We can assign it to the project or any event. So is that clear? In approval, manage approval processes. We go there, we create new one. I'll show
Yeah,
you once
Rakesh,
again.
just I followed it. Just one question. So,
Yeah.
can you go to your not this one? Can you go to the sourcing template and go to the documents tab? I just want to see something, and maybe it's not a question. Just want to see something.
The template which we are creating, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So, can you go to? So this is. So, can you click on the down arrow there
Where?
in the project budget saving form? Yeah. Down there. Yeah. Why it says loading? Yeah. Okay.
So it's a budget saving forms where we can, decide our project budgets and all. We can decide what we are expecting saving, what we got it, so that it will help you, realize how much saving you have or how much you expected. So it's just a form created out of the box. We can have our matrix, and we can do if any changes required.
No, but that okay.
So this is
So here also I can have approval. Okay, that means if I add a to-do task, even if I add a to-do task, the to-do task can have the approval, is it?
yeah. To task also we can have approval, but it should be assigned to any document.
Or it must be assigned to a document.
Yes. So individually task you cannot assign any approval because it's just a task assigned to one person. So document
so that would mean I have multi-level approvals in the event. So one of the approval could be at the project level itself, or the approval can be at the event level, or the approval could be at the individual document within the event itself.
Yes, exactly. So each and every approval is more or less the same, but the hierarchy where we adding the approval, like we are created and saved it outside the project and we are directly attaching that, but the process and all will be the same. How we create the approval, everything will be the same, but the thing is that where we are attaching, like out of the project we are taking, or inside a project we are creating one or assigning. So the hierarchy or the place of attaching this will be different.
Sure. Okay, thanks.
So this is about approval flow. Yeah. So any doubts in this? I'll show you regarding that, but I mean, how to set approval flow according to the financial, I mean, like budget, or if this amount is coming into picture, will be the who will be the approval. Yeah, yeah, Karthik. Right.
Yeah, I'll be available till 9:50 only, Rakesh. I have some work today.
9:50.
Yeah, yeah. 9:15, 9:15.
So yeah, even I am planning to wind it up at least for today by 9 o'clock.
Yeah,
Kasi.
yeah. Then it's okay. Nine is very good for me.
Yeah, yeah. Kasi, is that okay? I think. Yeah, so we'll wind it up by 9 o'clock. Because I am also suffering from throat infection, so I cannot talk for long at a stretch.
And
Yeah.
you guys are talking
So
about
I'm going back.
finishing the question early.
Tomorrow is that working? Sure, but not charged.
Rakesh, you guys were talking about finishing the session early, is it?
Sorry.
Sorry, Rakesh, what were you talking about? Sorry, I could not hear you.
So I was saying just we'll wind it up by 9 o'clock today because it seems Karthik
Absolutely
also.
fine. I'm fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even I got some ad hoc review calls, so could not make it. I mean, I don't mind even if it is early. Actually, I'm fine with that.
Yeah. So I was saying I also suffering from throat infection, so I cannot stretch on a long at the same time.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll show you some reporting tool or reporting dashboards where we can create our own reports. We can use some pre-packaged reports. So for any business tool, reporting is must. The way it gives reports decide the how capable the product is, how capable the tool is, especially for this procurement or business tools, business commerce tools. So it should be perfect in giving accurate reports, so that depending upon those reports we can plan our future spend or future procurement. So for that we have analytical reporting, which is nothing but spend visibility. At the same time, without spend visibility also, if I'm having sourcing, I can directly have some prepackaged reports related to only sourcing. I can have prepackaged reports if I am having procurement or contract management, so I can have specific reports related to those. So reporting, we have analytical reporting, we have prepackaged reporting. So prepackaged reporting is something which is already prepackaged out of the box reports which we have from Ariba solution. We can just go ahead and run those reports. First we'll go with the prepackaged report. After that we'll go with the analytical report. So how we create. So all these are prepackaged reports. As I'm having all modules, it's showing prepackaged reports of all modules, like catalog, contract, event reports. So all these are reports which we have already. So we just need to go there and we can run this report. We can export this into file. I mean, once the Report is done, we can export, we can open this. If you want to do any changes to this, then go ahead and change this. I'll show you how to run reports. This is one report. Open. Where you can interrupt me and ask me question regarding anything.
Yeah, Rakesh, actually, just finding out this type of, when, let's say, if we don't have spend visibility, we will not have analytical reports. Instead, we will have the standard reports. Is it correct, Rakesh?
No, I mean, we'll have standard reports as well. You can customize your own report. So we won't have all the capabilities which are having in spend visibility. But you can still have, customized reports. We can see this is standard report, but we are still customizing these reports. Even I'll show you the analytical report which I was showing.
So that means the one that you shown there, that was not through spend visibility. I mean, anything that comes under the sourcing tab is the standard reports. Is it so?
Yeah, standard reports. Standard in the sense, that's what I'm saying. I mean, you can have, your own report to be designed, your own reports. It's not that, in spend visibility, you'll have more capabilities of, more accurate data or more, fields drilling to find out the accurate data or find out the minute spend of the data. But in sourcing, you will just have, like event related reports, participant related reports, what are the number of suppliers invited for the project, who all are participated. So how many events we created last year or past 2 years. So this is type of data which is, available in sourcing. But in spend visibility, we can have the data including this as well as, the data which is like what is our historic spend, how much we saved, what else we can do. It will give matrix to calculate. It will automatically give the matrix to, what should we target for to save this much of spend. So according to that, we can create events. We can negotiate with the suppliers according to that. So it will give some, project plans to execute to.
Okay. So let's say if I have a need, if I have a requirement from customer during the implementation to have a particular report, how do I decide whether this report is available in the standard product or is it available only in the spend visibility? How do I find it?
So yeah, reports is not mandatory. See, for suppose my customer asked me to create a report stating that, okay, how many suppliers I invited for this project and how many of them are participated, out of that to how many I have awarded. This could be one report, right? So
yeah, this is a definite report. I mean, every customer asks it. Yeah.
Yeah, generally. So I think you missed that where we started from. That's why I'm re-navigating from there. From there. So I'm going to analytical report. See, I am into sourcing. I'm going to analytical report. So I'm giving the report name, desired report name. So yeah, now it comes with main fact. I mean, 3 facts. See, these facts are nothing but the fields available in the event. I mean, in the project. So from where we have to create the report. So whenever report is created from a fact or any from where we create the report. If we have anything, we'll create report from that, right? So in the same way, we create the report from the fact, which is nothing but the field available in the system. But suppose I'm taking sourcing project is my main fact, from where I am fetching the data. Just give me a moment, let me plug in my charger. Just a moment. Yeah, sorry. So yeah, so from where I need to create my project. That is main fact, sourcing project. Next, second fact. What is from project, what you want to select it from? Yeah, sure. So yes, event level summary. So from project, I am selecting one event. Now third is supplier participation. So these are the fields I'm adding to the report.
Does it mean I can select fields only from these 3 facts? I believe even summary also has some selected fields within it. Supply participation also has some fields within it. So I can only choose.
So these are main facts.
These 3 facts.
These are main facts. These are sub facts. Like these are sub facts. See, project is not a field.
Sourcing project.
Yeah, event is not a field. You're understanding my point or not, right? See, sourcing project is not a field. It's a main fact from where we can fetch the data. Event level summary is not a field. Third fact is supplier participation is not a field. So in sourcing project, it could be anything like sourcing full project, sourcing quick project. In event level summary, it could be anything like RFI, RFP, or any event level summary. So you can see event level summary here. See how many suppliers accepted the bid. Okay, bid submitted by the suppliers or invited supplier, as I said. So these are the 3 facts. Okay, let me select it to make sure. Add to report. Bid submitted. Add to report. think this is not added here. So when we add it, it will show here. Here you can see. Here it's showing.
But can you also prefix these? I mean, oh yeah. I think I got it. You
I'm
can
actually
save these reports
setting
and
this
use it
report.
anytime.
Exactly. So I'm saving this report on my dashboard. Whenever I want this data, I just click on that report. It will run. It will create an Excel sheet. It will send it to wherever. It will create one Excel sheet. So wherever you want to import it, you can do that.
But is it agreeable with all your customers in the past? Because some customers do not encourage having the reports in the Excel sheet because it is, it is changeable and people change it before
So
they
in
send
which
out
format they
the
want? In
outcome.
which format they want?
The PDF file, can you generate that? Yeah?
So generally reports are into Excel sheets only. I mean, if they want in any other format, we can convert. We have to convert from Excel to somewhere else. So this is the basic, generally we have. So if we want, sometimes what happen, supplier will have some, creepy requirement, so which is not available here. So we can create user defined field over here. We can add that to the report and we can have that. So now I selected only facts and fields. Now comes, aligning that. So these are the available hierarchies. It will be in page field, column field and row field. So this is how it will look like. Yeah. So now I just selected the fields. Now how it should populate, like, it should come through owners, like if any owner is running the report, so the reports related to that owner, should it come in that way, or depending upon the project or depending upon the commodity, company code. So how the report should come depending upon what. So I mean, from calendar, from this year to this year, contract effective date. So these are the available hierarchies we have, how it should come. So if I'm selecting all, so all reported related to that, it will sorry, just showing all hierarchies. So yeah, I'm selecting event type.
This is Ariba is running on HANA, is it?
Especially this, not complete Ariba, the only spend visibility in the reporting runs on HANA, as for HANA.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And that could be a big
And they are actually planning
for going to spend visibility, because the moment you load so much of data, I mean, maybe for now we are using only very less volume. When you go with high volume,
Yeah.
I'm not sure whether this can be fine. I mean, it's not just dependent on the additional functionality what is available in spend visibility, but also about the data volume that you handle.
So yeah, they are actually planning for move into HANA, complete Ariba, but as of now, only as spend visibility is on HANA. Regarding rest of the all are said to be on Oracle database, but they are planning to move. So I'm selecting one event type. where it should, populate, whether it should populate on page field or row field or column field. So as it's selected on page field, it's populated on page field. So it will show according to this, hierarchy. It will show the report. I'll show you how a report will be generated. Then it will come into picture. Event type. I'll take commodity. Second one. So Kasi, are you clear? I mean, how to create report regarding our client requirement? Is that clear?
Yeah, I'm fine. But yeah, I'm fine. The custom fields also will appear in the list, right? Under the main facts and under the grouping it will appear, right?
Yeah, we can see the custom field also. So we can set the time period, quarters, most recent trade, so. So I'm selecting option, RFP are my main. So I'm selecting two events type where my report should come. So it will take very long time to run report and generate Excel sheet because it has so many events on RFP as it's a demo system. But when it comes to our organization system or any enterprise system, so it will generate immediately. Will not take this much time. Once it is generated, and it will give one Excel sheet. So if you want, we can download that Excel sheet and use it anyways we want. I don't know whether it will give or not, because there will be huge number of events in demo system. So it's very hard to generate.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is about analytical claims. Yeah.
Rakesh, while we run this, we will discuss something in the last class. Actually, you told some your PDF will be sending you.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry for that. Actually, I was, yesterday only I got a call from Sai stating that, but I was in client place. My bad luck is my client is also in Hyderabad. So we have to, I mean, they used to call us every now and then because UAT is going on. So they don't want us to be away from them. So that for every small thing they used to call us, and, so that is the reason the whole day I was at client place. Uh, you know, uh, though
No
I
problem,
was
Rakesh.
suffering with cold and cough.
No
Yeah,
problem.
I'll forward
No
it today
problem,
at any
Rakesh.
cost. Yeah, I'll today
Yeah,
forward
sure.
it at any cost.
And moreover, there was another document they were showing like RFQ something coming from our ECC. That diagram also can you forward us?
Oh, you have Visio?
Chart.
No. You have Visio in your system installed?
I'm not sure, Rakesh.
Okay,
It needs
I'll
that.
send you, but it needs Visio. Otherwise, it will open in a browser as a standard. I mean, it
Okay.
won't be editable.
Okay. I'll just want to see that. So
Kasi, you have Visio in your system? I hope so. You have.
Yes, I do have. I mean, I live my life with Visio on the Microsoft project.
Oh, okay. So I'll forward you that as well. And
Okay.
if you have any doubts in SAP,
Actually, in case if you don't have, no.
Yeah.
Sorry, Karthik, if you don't have, you have free Visio viewer for Internet Explorer for Microsoft.
Yeah,
You can just
that's what
download
I'm saying.
Okay. Thank you, KP. I'll try this. And Rakesh, like you get access to these demo system since you have done certified some course, like you are Ariba certified, is it?
No, actually, prior to SAP, Ariba don't have any certifications and all concept. I mean, you need not to have any
Oh,
certification for Ariba because it's a individual application or individual product where after buying this SAP recently in last couple of months or before 3 months they introduced this certification like other SAP modules. So recently they introduced. And yeah, I am actually planning to do because my organization is forcing me to do. We'll pay for that. You just go ahead and do the certification. I said, what is the requirement of certification? I mean, will SAP decide whether I'm a good Ariba consultant or not? So I was just, I don't know why
but
the certification system is there in SAP.
the opportunities increases, right? Number of
No,
opportunities.
it's not about opportunity. It's not about opportunity. See, man, if you have content, no certificate will stop you, from if you don't have any certificate. If you have content, that's more than enough.
Okay.
If you know Ariba better than your certificates, and it's not required to have. Yeah, but if it's and that too, Ariba is not, SAP is not yet more concentrating on Ariba certificates because like success factor or anything else, if you don't have any certification in success factor, you cannot be a consultant in success factor. In that case, we have to have one certificate. You getting my point?
Yeah, yeah.
In success factor, the consultant must have certificate, otherwise he won't be able to implement the project.
Oh,
But it's not in the case of Ariba. You can, I mean, as of now, it's the situation, but I don't know what SAP will do in future. If it makes the same, then we have to have a certificate. But as of now, if you know, and now the companies, employer is also not asking for certificates or something like that. I mean, if you go for any interview for Ariba
But
especially,
yeah,
they are not
yeah,
asking for any certificate.
Rakesh and Karthik, actually I did some exploration on that. I mean, I do have few certificates from SAP. I do perfectly agree with Rakesh in two things. One is certificate doesn't decide everything, and as long as you have content, you can survive. That's number one. Number two is there are certain functions, certain modules from SAP which desperately requires you to have certification to work.
Exactly.
So one for example, success factor, a non-SAP thing, for example, you can have Workday also similarly. Even the project manager in Workday needs to have a project manager Workday certificate to survive, to get into the project. Okay. SAP will definitely not do that for solutions which is in the grade 2 or grade 3 type of industry. You get what I mean? Meaning procurement is not something very niche industry, okay? If they're going to keep the certificate, only SAP is a loser. Not many guys can do it. For example, Workday implementations are done by a handful of companies in Asia, the whole of Asia. It's not like 10,000 or 10 or 5,000 companies. It's definitely less than 50 companies doing Workday implementation, which is a challenge for Workday themselves. However, if you are up, though you have a prior procurement experience, an Ariba experience, when you want to go to customer job, meaning when you want to get placed in a customer place, they prefer to have certificate. Because the customer is not in the right position to evaluate your skill set based on the interview in the 20-30 minutes of the interviews. So, you want to go to a job in customer place, then most likely you have to have a certificate only, then you can get through. I might also write certification, just for sharing, no? I mean, I read that, I did see also, I think CEP 006 or some course, you can subscribe. It's a one payment where you can give 6 attempts to get certified, or you can write up to 6 certificates, which are all eligible for CEP 006. this certificate includes, I mean, this subscription includes all the Ariba certifications.
So for that we need to have Learning Hub, Kasi. Learning Hub, that's what I was talking about. My company is planning to take that Learning Hub license, where we can do all the certification, including Ariba, and it also includes success factor, partial success factor certifications also. So Learning Hub comes to this partners who are platinum partners. So we are platinum partners for SAP. So though we have to pay the money, but yeah, we can get that Learning Hub where we can do certifications. Yeah. So but
Nothing.
So thanks, Kasi, for enlightening us, with your experience. Thanks a lot. I actually love to listen from,
That means, that means you cannot buy the CR006 on your own, is it? You definitely need to have the Learning Hub to proceed, is it true?
Actually, now this Ariba don't have any specific certification plan or something, because they recently released their certification. So they merged with some Learning Hub. They merged with Success Factor Learning Hub, something like that. So just to introduce in the market. If you have Learning Hub for Success Factor, you can do partial certification of Ariba as well. Individually also they have, but not specific plan for them. Maybe in future they can do so. So is the disturbance is from your end? I mean, from your end? Kasi?
Yeah. Actually, I could not hear you guys properly. There is loads of noise coming from your side.
I think it's from your side. I don't know. Or Karthik, is it from your side?
Oh.
No,
My
it's not
side,
from my side.
I'm just alone.
Maybe KP have joined through mobile, is it?
No, I joined from mobile because I wanted to get in.
Because I am alone at home.
Oh, now there is no noise.
Karthik, I think Karthik, from your end it's coming. Where are you?
You can you can see the bottom, like when the noise comes, you can see the bottom.
No, it's okay. Kasi.
Okay, let me speak something. Let's try with me.
Yeah, so Karthik,
That's okay. Anyway, we are almost near 9 o'clock, so it should be okay.
Yeah. So I'll show you the plan. I'll show you what we have covered. I don't know where I kept it. What we have covered so far. Is that word? Oh, no, this. Yeah, so in session 1 we covered high level. You just go through this. So you have any doubts in this? Anything we missed out, just let me know. Like Ariba solution overview and capabilities from source to settle process we saw in the first session. Next we covered Ariba sourcing solution specific overview. What is sourcing solution and dashboard navigation I showed you, and project description, how project looks like, what are the types of project. Then we created one sourcing event, that is RFP. We completed the complete life cycle of the RFP, including each field and all. up to awarding we done. Next, I showed you the complete auction life cycle from creating to awarding, including supply response and bid console, how it looks like. We completed auction. So rest of the events covers in this only. RFI, RFP, auction, forward auction looks like the same. I'll take one day for types of events. I said you I'll forward you the document. I'm sorry. I'll do that today. So let me note it down. So auction life cycle I have done. Yeah.
Rakesh, type of events is the same RFI, RFP, auction, and forward auction, right?
No, type of events. Yeah, here you're asking, right? Type of events.
No, you are telling you will be taking a separate class for type of events.
Yeah, type of events means in RFI also we have different methodology. Like in auction we have total cost ownership, Dutch reverse auction, and bid transformation, extended auction, or index based auction. So I have a definition for that. Just go through that. If you're not getting, see the process will be the same, but no, the methodology, I mean, why we use this, at what business scenario case we use this. So that is different. We should know, because we need to guide the supplier, I mean buyer or the client. So in that case, we should know what is the best scenario to use which type of event. So I'll forward you the type of events. Then just let me know if you have any doubts. We'll discuss on that. Okay. So in fifth session, I explained about template designing with condition and question, and approval flow. I explained you today at admin roles. Today we discussed about reporting. So today we have only 1 hour session. Excuse me. So far any doubts or anything which can help you out?
I'm fine, Rakesh. I'm on mute.
Yeah, so far we covered at least sourcing as of now. Apart from that event types, I'll forward you. So sourcing we covered. It took 10 hours, and I hope for procurement and catalogs it will take hardly 10 hours. So regarding rest of the 10 hours, we'll concentrate on other modules like contract management. We'll do that. Okay. Kasi, I think Karthik.
Yeah. And so we will cover you said you will cover the contract and procurement, is it?
Procurement and catalog.
Procurement and catalog. Okay, sure.
Yeah. So we'll do that in 10 hours, because that is the place where we need to do stretch, because as you are saying that you want to deal with procurement, I mean downstream customer. So we'll put a little more stretch on that. Okay. I think you are busy in some other meeting, so we'll wind it up today. See you. Is that okay tomorrow or day after tomorrow we can plan?
Please give me a moment. Let me just quickly check this out.
We can plan it day after tomorrow.
Actually,
no issues.
Yeah, sure. I'm fine with both days. Day after tomorrow will be great actually, because you can also recover. You see.
Yeah.
Don't
confirm.
There's a lot of trouble.
I to confirm with. Yeah. I'll ask Sai to confirm with. So in this way, if we complete to so it will stretch up to at least March March. So 8 I was expecting. At least 4 or 5 days it will be stretching. So yeah. So let 8 be the target. Let's see how much it stretch. Because I have to relocate from Hyderabad for few days on a project purpose. So I wanted to wind it up and I have to pack it. So let's see how it works
So
out.
you will confirm us in email when is the next session, is it?
I'll ask Sai to confirm.
Sure. No problem. Absolutely
So
fine.
I'll confirm. I mean, let me confirm here itself. I mean, we can have on day after tomorrow.
That's
Okay.
fine. Good. Great. Thank you. Yeah, sure.
Meanwhile,
The same time,
I'll be
7:30. Yeah.
yeah, same time, 7:30.
Sure. Okay. Thanks.
Yes, have a nice day, Kasi. Take care.
Chat Thursday. Receive. Okay. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.